No, ever since the two investigators spoke with me, I have not heard anything. So, I guess it's all up to Brad King, the state attorney, on whether or not anything's going to happen. But I'm really not that worried about being a martyr or anything. I think I'm not really even that mad at the police or anything, because the only reason they got involved was because the media put so much pressure on them. They also told me that if it hadn't been for the media, they probably wouldn't even have looked into it.
Now, I'm told that, well, the news reported that after they tried to thought crime you, that more posters were put up.
Yeah, sure. No, I'm not the only person. We Are Change and, the Patriot Movement have quite a presence in Central Florida. So, I mean, there's also a pretty wide variety of different flyers coming out, too. Just driving around yesterday, I saw flyers everywhere that said, "Don't take the vaccine."
Yeah, that was us calling for that, so it's already begun. Stay there, man. You were awesome. This guy needs his own radio show. He's well-spoken, focused, ready to defeat the enemy. He's a hardcore thought criminal, though, folks. Hide your women and children. We have the Central Texas thought criminal Alex Jones here with the Central Florida thought criminal. Freedom of hate speech is the Hays County Press News headline. The Sydney Morning Herald is Obama Joker poster labeled cultural terrorism. They're calling for my arrest on international Spanish TV. I mean, this is getting more and more insane by the minute. I just had Tyler TV in Northeast Texas call. They're plastered everywhere there. Probably going to have that reporter question me live on air because I don't have time to go off air and talk to him. This is just getting wilder and wilder, showing how atrophied our rights are. Now, let me ask the Ron Paul / Alex Jones listener supporter a question, the young man who the media is hoaxing and acting like is going to go to jail, and Fox News and others calling for his arrest, basically. Why do you think, I mean, because I know if you're a Ron Paul supporter, you weren't probably for McCain or Obama. You saw through that. So you're not that. Why were people allowed to put up Bush as a monkey, Bush as an ape, Bush as a witch, Bush as a devil, Bush as a vampire, Bush as a joker? All that was everywhere, all over the country, everywhere I went, stuck on walls. Why did the media start getting all, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? It's scary. Arrest them. I mean, I guess that's because he was like the corporate god. Obama was going to be our savior, and you can't talk bad about him?
Well, my hypothesis on that is they didn't really start allowing that until after Bush was used up by the New World Order. I mean, right after 9/11, his approval rating was above 90%. You couldn't really say anything bad about him. And then towards the end of his second term, when they were all done with him, then you could criticize him. I imagine that being the case with Obama, too. If he's more than a one-term president, by the end of his second term, you'll probably be allowed to make fun of him any way you want.
Man, you are really smart.
Yeah.
Why are you so informed? That's absolutely what's going on. He's fresh for them. He's new birdcage liner. They don't have the next liner ready. They want him the New World Order bird, to sully him, take all the blame, and then nobody looks at the bird. They look at the paper. They can put their next puppet in. He was a little bit darker shade of paper. Usually we have a white paper birdcage liner, and so it was the novelty of, ooh, there's a brown birdcage liner. Ooh, don't talk about it. But now we're here sullying their little puppet early. Ooh, you've committed a very bad boo-boo.
Well, the same thing with Bill Clinton, too. I mean, they didn't, the old Monica Lewinsky affair came out, right at the end of his second term, right when they didn't need him anymore, they just destroyed him and, got rid of him. Where
did you learn that paradigm?
What? Oh, I mean, I read InfoWars daily. I've been in the Info War for about a year now. I mean, all I do is read and learn, so.
Well, it's very, very exciting what you were doing, my friend. I just cannot be more excited about what you're doing. Describe, though, you're saying that it's just intensifying, that there's more and more posters everywhere. That's got to really frustrate these control freaks, these anti-American trash that start hyperventilating, not over checkpoints and police in black masks and roadside cameras and open borders. They hyperventilate over freedom.
Yeah, and that's why it's even more important that we continue to do it, and not only do it, but do it even more. I was listening to your interview with the AR-15 guy, Chris, yesterday, and he says that, the best thing the Second Amendment movement can do is to open carry firearms even more, and I think that's how it should be with the First Amendment, too. We just need to keep exercising it more and more and more. I mean, if the majority of Americans were out posting flyers, there's nothing they could do about it. But when it's just a minority, even an irate minority, they're able to make, they're able to crucify one person and make an example out of them.
Well, I've been saying for years that they've put the message out to kind of the dumbed-down masses that don't know the branches of government, don't know the time of day, or just kind of going through life and accepting whatever happens, that the billboards and the movies and the images say all guns are illegal. So perception is reality with morons. And so we've got to come out and say, look, my guns aren't illegal, because I don't know if you've seen this, but we post it all the time. I mean, it's scary. Even in Arizona and Texas and Vermont, supposedly pro-gun states, people get raided every day because a neighbor saw their neighbor cleaning a gun in the garage or putting it in their car, and the cops come and take them and say, well, you're not allowed to have 5 guns. I've seen 3 guns and 500 rounds called an arsenal and people arrested for it when there's no law. And then the person gets mad and they call them mentally ill and throw them in a mental institution.
Well, yeah, it's just a part of the conditioning, too. I mean, it doesn't even take that now to get into trouble. All it takes is a Ron Paul bumper sticker.
There you go. We saw people arrested for Ron Paul stickers, doors kicked in for Ron Paul signs. The DHS report, now we know why cops were doing that. It came out after, said somebody has a Ron Paul sticker, they want to kill cops. And so not all cops are stupid, just like the general public, but some are dumber than dirt, just like the public. And they see it and go, I got one, pull them over, I got one with terrorists, that Ron Paul, that Bob Barr. What are we going to do? It's scary looking.